An individual devoid of values is vulnerable to the whims of society. They are often manipulated and treated like a piece of silver by those in positions of power. It's a common mistake for people to underestimate or mistake the calmness of Sigma males, who live in their world with a sense of volition. You can push them to the wall, and they will never watch you walk away. Their unusual lives are governed by rules that they make obvious to everyone in their vicinity. Here are the things Sigma males refuse to tolerate. Drama/argument. For the delicate Sigma, dramas are like poison. When there is ongoing tension in a relationship or when they argue with a loved one, they might even become physically ill. This does not imply that a Sigma male is impervious to disagreement. They want to test the conversation that follows if you approach them with dignity and composure. They prefer to avoid people in drama and don't want any emotional baggage. They stay away from forming connections with too many people. A Sigma male prefers to maintain a close-knit social circle, as anyone who knows him well will attest. This is to minimize any needless drama that comes with having a large community, and to scan the area for potential adversaries. Additionally, he dislikes socializing since it wears him out. Thus, you'll frequently catch him lounging by himself. But a lot of the time, people think he's lonely. They begin conversing with him because they believe he needs a friend. They'd even give them unwarranted friendship advice. He detests it. Never give in to that. Forcing rules and the status quo on them. For Sigma males, following the rules is not very important. If you give them a set of rules, they might ask you questions non-stop. If there's a better way, they'll bend or even break the rules. They are constantly experimenting and improving. They will be very unhappy, and you will probably hear about it if they are unable to do that, because they follow their own set of rules and will never accept others imposing them. Sigma males reject customs and norms. They prefer the entrepreneurial world, where they can make their own rules because they don't often work in an office setting with set rules and regulations. The Sigma male with a rebellious streak will gladly break the law if they believe it is necessary. They detest following orders and the idea of living up to social norms. His thoughts and actions can diverge greatly from those of other people, even though it's not something he intentionally does. Does this imply he doesn't have many friends, and does it bother him? Not at all. If his alleged friends are unable to embrace him for who he is, he doesn't think they are friends at all. What connection does his disobedient and rule-breaking behavior have to his self-defense tactics, then? He won't submit to coercion or manipulation to follow the other person's lead. If he does not believe what the other person is saying, he will not allow himself to be persuaded or coerced into complying. He is aware of who he is, and if others fail to understand that, then that is their issue, in his opinion. He won't let people walk all over him, and he'll make sure they understand that in his own unique Sigma manner. Being forced to deal with lots of details. Because Sigma males are intuitive, they perform best when handling broad concepts. Their minds are designed to explore possibilities, generate fresh concepts, and innovate. They might appear to be engrossed in an endless daydream and lost in an internal monologue from the outside. Additionally, they typically find the conversation to be far more fascinating than anything that occurs in the actual world. Consequently, the ordinary and routine tend to bore them easily. Daily chores like remembering to take the car in for a routine oil change or organizing their desk are difficult for many Sigmas. It's not that they are incapable of doing these things. In fact, mastering certain sensing techniques will be very beneficial. It's not that they can't accomplish these things. In fact, gaining some sensory abilities will greatly aid them in fulfilling their aspirations. Simply put, Sigmas are uninterested in these things. In fact, they detest any circumstance that requires them to pay close attention to numerous small details, such as a job or class. Being pressured to talk about their feelings. Sigmas tend to approach everything through a logical lens, so they can occasionally find it awkward to deal with sensitive issues. Dealing with others' emotions is part of that, but it starts with them. They tend to keep their feelings to themselves since they are inherently private, keeping them hidden from even their closest associates at times. It's not that Sigmas can't talk about sensitive subjects. Rather, it's more likely that they need more time than others to process them. Additionally, before opening up this vulnerability to someone, they need to feel emotionally safe with them. A Sigma male will detest and never put up with being forced to discuss personal or emotional issues before they're ready. Having to compromise their values. Sigma males have idealistic perspectives on the world. They realize that all things are related to each other in some way. People of all ages and from all corners of the world are impacted by the words, feelings, and deeds of others. Consequently, they frequently possess a strong belief in the ideal state of affairs, particularly concerning culture, society, and humanity. Sigmas will detest having to give in to their strong moral principles to advance in their careers or relationships. They don't tolerate confrontation. The Sigma male will avoid conflict wherever possible because he dislikes it in general. He will defend himself if necessary, but he doesn't like being put in a position where he must in the first place. The Sigma male's ability to remain composed under pressure is one of his most attractive traits. He can diffuse even the most heated arguments by acting like a cucumber in potentially explosive situations. However, even though he is physically stronger than his opponent, he will defend himself using his intelligence and intellect rather than brute force. When he's fully committed to confronting you, nothing stops him. Invading their privacy. Sigma males cherish the ability to make their own decisions free from criticism or evaluation in a culture where being private is frequently interpreted as being secretive or having something to hide. The Sigma male values their privacy above all else and fiercely protects their personal space. They are the ones who listen and communicate silently because they recognize the power of quiet. Sigma males are true introverts who require a lot of alone time, even though their intense interest in people often leads people to mistake them for extroverts. They'll get agitated and worn out without it. Their normally patient and understanding demeanor will evaporate as they become irritated by everything. In the end, they might even come to despise the person they have become under such stress, bitingly mean and critical. To a Sigma male, privacy is like money. They will not put up with anyone prying into their personal lives or encroaching on their alone time. When you try to inquire further about their affairs, they will do anything to avoid you and keep it from you. Manipulation. Sigma male is highly attracted to manipulation and can spot it easily. He knows when an act of kindness is bait because he can tell when your behavior is suspect. He is not prone to taking compliments just to feel good about himself. He won't give you a chance in life once he realizes you are trying to manipulate his emotions to the point where he won't fight you. The more they respect themselves and keep their circle small and dependable, the less they will trust easily and will not put up with betrayals. Being lazy and complaining. The lazy guy thinks like a victim. Nothing appears to go smoothly. A bad break comes to everyone in life, but the lazy person causes his own. Additionally, he never connects the dots between actions and results. Sigma males don't put up with whining or excuses from other people. A Sigma male does not have room for people who are easily appeased. Despite obstacles, they are steadfast and committed to pursuing their dreams. Knowing what Sigma males never tolerate. It's time to know how Sigma males know she's cheating. Click on the image in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe for the next video update.